Well, folks, week 1 of the NFL is in the books, and what a week it was. Some upsets, some amazing plays, and most importantly, your boy went 12-4. Is that good? Good enough for first in every fantasy pool I'm in. The key to picking NFL spreads is to not overthink it. Now, I know what you're thinking. Pat, you've upgraded. Where did you get this sweet mahogany sports desk? Well, it's actually not a desk. It's actually just an illusion. So without further ado, let's get into the picks for week 2 of the NFL. This is Gut Check Football on the Casual Fan Podcast, the hardest working, most accurate, most entertaining sports gambling podcast on the internet. First game, you got the Washington football team at the New York Giants. The spread is at 3 with the Giants being underdogs. I have to go with the Giants in this one. Next game is the Chicago Bears at the Cincinnati Bengals. They're given plus 3 points. Last week, I made the mistake of going against the Bengals. Won't do it again, taking them this week to cover the spread. Cleveland Browns against the Houston Texans. The spread's at 12.5. Now, I know the Browns are a lot better, apparently, but I don't ever bet on them to beat a double-digit score, so I'm going to go with the Texans in this one. You got the Rams and the Colts. The spread's at 4. Don't really know about this one. Just going to go with the Rams. Next game, Buffalo Bills against Miami Dolphins. Divisional game. 2 teams I really enjoy watching. Spread's at 3. As a general rule, underdogs of 3 or less, that's pretty much a guaranteed win for Vegas. However, on this note, I'm going with my boy Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. New England Patriots and the New York Jets spreads at 5.5. Like I said last week, it's never a good idea to bet on the Jets. Got to go with the Pats in this one. Niners and Eagles, spread is at 3.5. Niners had kind of a meh outing last week, and the Eagles actually surprised. The thing about the Eagles is they set the basement so low last season that they're only going to surprise teams this year. That's why I think they're going to cover in this game. Pittsburgh Steelers against the Vegas Raiders. Steelers looked absolutely phenomenal against the Bills last week, and the Raiders actually look pretty good too. I think the Raiders are better than people give them credit for. I think they're going to cover against the Steelers, but I think the Steelers will win this game. New Orleans put on an absolute clinic last week. No one expected them to blow out the Packers the way they did, but they did. They play against the Carolina Panthers this week. The spread's at 3.5, and I think New Orleans should be able to blow them out of the water. Take the Saints in this one. And the last 1 o'clock game, the Denver Broncos against the Jacksonville Jaguars. As I said in the last video, I don't know anybody who plays on the Jaguars, so I got to go with the Broncos, even though I don't love that. Spread's at 6 points. They should win by a touchdown. Now at 4 o'clock, you got the Arizona Cardinals against the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings consistently let me down, despite looking okay on paper. And I do love me some Kyle Murray, so I'm just going to go with the Cardinals and ride that hot hand again. Spreads at 4.5, should be a lock. Next game, Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons are absolute dog shit. They're not a team you can count on. However, this spread is at 12.5, and if you look historically over time, double-digit underdogs tend to come out on top. I'm not going to bet that the Buccaneers win by 13. That's too many points. I'm going to go with the Falcons to cover in this game. Tampa's probably going to win. Next game, Chargers at the Cowboys. Cowboys are going to surprise everyone this year. They were supposed to have potential last year, never lived up to it, had some injuries to their quarterbacks. I think they could be good again this year. Playoff Cowboys, taking them to cover the spread. Next game, Seahawks and Titans. The spread's at 5.5. I'm just going to roll with the Seahawks until they show me they're not good, just like last season. They always start well, and they sort of taper off. So got to go with the Seahawks to finish this game and cover the spread. Kansas City Chiefs against the Baltimore Ravens. The problem I have with the Chiefs is that right now there's a target on their back. Everybody knows they're the best team. Vegas has them dialed in. They know exactly what the scores are going to be, so I'm always scared to get the Chiefs covering. I think they're probably going to win, but it's at, 3.5 against the Ravens? That's pretty close. Got to go with the Chiefs to cover. Last game is the Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions. The spread is at 10.5. Packers had an abysmal outing last week. They only scored 3 points. And the Lions actually held their own against the Niners. I think this would be a redemption week, and you'd think the Packers would come out absolutely flying and destroy this team. But it is a spread of double digits, and I don't like betting against that. I think the Lions are going to cover. I think the Packers are going to win. So that's what I think for week 2 of the NFL. I went 12-4 last week. I'll probably go 16-0 this week. Make sure to follow the Casual Fan Podcast for all the latest, greatest sporting news from hockey, NFL, NBA, Formula 1, and whatever else I feel like doing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Win a bunch of money. See ya.